Hi, this is Zero, and this is What If Naruto was the god of war. We start off our story where Kratos is dying, and he only has 2 or 3 days left. He doesn't want to, just die like that. He decided to use something that he found very long time ago, but he never used it. It was a kind of a teleportation magic, but it's a random one. There is a chance that you will go somewhere else to a different dimension itself as well. There's no proper way of telling what the jam is gonna get you. So Kratos decides to use this and he vanishes. And he appears by a river. It's kind of beautiful river. Fishes are going there. Then Kratos decides to sit there. And then a child will come forward. The child's eyes were red from crying. He has blue eyes, whisker marks, and yellow hair. Kratos would ask, "Boy, what happened?" This child would say, I was bullied." This child is Naruto. Naruto would tell him how he got glares and he was bullied. Kratos would say, so you need power. Naruto would be like, "What do you mean?" You say, "Boy, you need power. They look down upon you because you are weak. You must show them that they're wrong. You must train hard, train every single day to become the strongest and to show them, who's the boss." And then Arthur asks, "So, who are you?" Kratos would say, "So, first tell me about yourself." Naruto would say, "I am Naruto Uzumaki." He was not that feeling that energetic that day because he was kind of bullied and beaten that day. So yeah, Kratos would say, "I'm Kratos, the god of war." So like the god of war. Then Kratos would tell Naruto how he comes from a different world in which there are gods, and I fought gods, I killed them. Naruto and Kratos pretty much talk for about 2 to 3 hours non-stop. Kratos would tell him about the stories of how he was a god, he killed so many people and so forth, how he was too angry to die. He pretty much cheated that. In the while they are talking, Naruto is telling Kratos about his story, how he's always bullied, they always call him the demon and so forth. Then Kratos will look at Izuku and say, no crap. Kratos will look at Naruto and say, "Boy." Naruto will look up at Kratos and say, "What?" Kratos will like, "How about I give you my power?" He'll like, "How?" Kratos will like, I am dying, boy. That's why I'm here. To spend my few days that I have left in peace or give my power to someone else. So I have chose you, but you must promise me." And Naruto will be like, "What?" Kratos will like, "Promise me, boy, that you will never cry. You will train as hard as you can, even harder. You will go beyond your limits. You will train your physical body to its utmost limit and train the thing you call chakra as well. You must become the strongest creature on the planet. You must become the god of war." Naruto would be kind of shocked, but he's happy for once because someone actually believes in him, someone who wants him to be someone who's not just calling him a demon and so forth. But then, Kratos would say, "If they call you demon, then you shall become one. From now on, if anyone calls you a demon or a monster, do not be afraid. Do not take it to your heart. You say, yes, I am demon. I am an Akuma." I think so that's what you call a demon, I guess. Akuma. If I am right, if I'm wrong, sorry. If I am right, yes, I'm right. And so, Naruto will get it, but, Kratos is trying to say, don't take it into the wrong way, take it into the right way, take it that they are calling you strong, unbeatable. So Naruto would say, "Okay, I'll take your power and I will train the hardest. I will become the god of war." Kratos would just smile by seeing the raw determination uh, Naruto has. And while Naruto is talking to him, Kuruma, the nine-tailed fox, is kind of scared because he hasn't felt something like this again. He can't feel any chakra from this person that's with, sitting beside, you know, Naruto, but he can feel the raw power. He can feel that if he decides to fight this guy, I will lose pretty badly. So he's scared because he can kind of feel that, and he was kind of hearing what, how Kratos was telling about it, that he's from a completely different world and he's a god. And at that time, Kurama thinks, is this what old man was talking about? That a blue-haired boy will be the, child of prophecy. Is that how a child of prophecy was supposed to be? That's what Kurama is thinking, because Kurama can feel the power. Even if, Kratos is dying, he can still feel the power from Kratos. And he can see that if he fights this person named Kratos, he will die. He will not be able to win at all. So yeah, he's kind of scared. So he stops messing up, try to mess up Naruto's chakra. Now his chakra was, naturally pretty hard to control because he has more chakra and naturally having the seal. But now Kurama is not, trying to mess his chakra control up because he's kind of scared, because he doesn't know that how if Naruto becomes as strong as this guy, he can beat the shit out of me. So that's what Kurama is thinking. Then Kratos will turn your back towards me, boy. Kratos would lift his shirt up from back and touch his right hand on Naruto's back. Kratos would say, when I give you your power, the next day you will start to feel the effects of it. You must train your physical body as well, boy, as well as the thing you call chakra. Because Kratos has learned about chakra by, the vague explanation of Naruto. Because Kratos can't feel magic from them, but he can still feel the weird energy from them. So Kratos decided to put, all of his power within Naruto. Naruto will not be as strong as Kratos instantaneously. He will have to work his way up. After that, when Kratos is done with, putting power into Naruto, Naruto is still 4. He was about to get 5. He's in the middle, 4 and 5 years. So he's in the middle right now. Or 6 months are left before, Naruto turns 6. Oh no, Naruto turns 5. Not 6, damn it. And so, after, he puts his power in, Naruto looks back and he sees he's turning into ash. He'll be like, Kratos, are you? Kratos will be like, boy, as I said, never cry. Naruto would nod while, shedding few tears. When Kratos is completely gone, Naruto will, cry, and then he will forge his own will. He will say to himself, from now on, I will never cry. From now on, I will never bow. From now on, I will train to be the strongest. From now on, I will train to be a god of war. And so Naruto goes home with his determination in his eyes. And several of the villagers, who calls him a whispers and demon, they can see he's not looking at them, and they can see his eyes have a new determination within him. And they don't know what, because Hokage himself doesn't know what happened to, Naruto, because Kratos pretty much told Naruto to never ever tell anyone about, the power that Naruto has gained and how he has gained it. And so Naruto pretty much goes home and sleeps. The next morning when he wakes up early, near about 6 a.m. so he can train. Naruto looks outside. The sun is just setting up a very, slowly. Naruto wakes up. He can feel different with his body. His body feels a lot more stronger. Naruto has to run in his own apartment. He's much more faster because now Naruto has superhuman strength, speed, and durability, and his regeneration has also went up because the regeneration of that comes with the power of the God of War and his own natural Uzumaki healing has pretty much combined together to increase his healing capability even further. In return, Naruto can heal much better than Kratos can, and his healing power will go up as he grows older. And with the help of Kurama's healing added with it, he will be pretty hard to kill. And so Naruto will pretty much gain power of the God of War. He will start to train every day. He wakes up at 6, goes outside in the forest and starts to train for 5 to 6 hours non-stop. He just trains, lifts up boulders, do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and then he goes to hunt. He hunts animals, eats it, and third Hokage is saying that Naruto is getting stronger because third Hokage was using his crystal ball to search for Naruto. He did, and he saw Naruto doing push-ups, sit-ups. Third Hokage thinks maybe he just took a part of being the Hokage seriously, that he's gonna train to become Hokage. And so Naruto pretty much stops his minor level of pranks that he was doing at that age. Pretty much stops it, and he only focuses on training harder and harder. And so Naruto was there when Hinata was getting bullied. Naruto says, "Leave the girl alone." The boys would say, "Yo, what are you gonna do?" And before one of them can punch Naruto punches the one in the nose, breaking it, and then he kicks the one get flew back because Naruto has, as I said, superhuman strength, speed, and durability. And the one at the back picks up a wooden stick that was lying on the ground, a stick, and he hits Naruto with all of his might. But the stick just breaks, and Naruto is completely unscathed. And then Naruto punches, the guy's shoulder, cracking it a little, dislocating his shoulder. All three of them were literally crying, and then Naruto simply walked away because he could see someone coming running at him, so Naruto also ran. So Hinata still has a crush on Naruto, but it's a little different one. It's not because of Naruto helping her, it's because Naruto beat the shit out of them. So Hinata would start to get rid of her shyness a little bit faster than in the original, because she wants to be just like Naruto, strong. And so then Hokage will start to get complaints that how Naruto beats up kids. Pretty much Hokage asks, "Why are you beating up kids, Naruto?" "I am not beating them up. They came calling me demon and try to bully me, try to look for trouble with me. I just showed them their place. Show them that I am strong. I am someone who can't be bullied. I am someone who will fight back, who will beat you." And they just starts to cry and run like a bunch of kids. That's what Naruto would say, because Naruto has gotten quite a lot of serious, in the time. And so now Naruto is 5 years old. So Hokage would just smile, and Hokage will, put his hand in his pocket and take out a scroll. To be exact, 2 scrolls. And he will put it there, and he will tell Naruto. Naruto will look up at horizon and say, "These are something called chakra control exercises. One of them is called water walking. That's the second one. And the first one is called wall walking. You will be doing both of them. It will just improve your chakra control." Naruto would nod because Naruto because Horizon can see Naruto is trying his best, but he doesn't have anyone to teach him anything at all. He just does physical training all day. He's been doing physical training for 6 months non-stop. So Hokage thought, a chakra control won't harm anyone, because he knows Uzumakis have a little more chakra than normal people, so it will be a little harder to control. But knowing to Hiruzen and Naruto himself that Naruto's chakra has went way up. Naruto pretty much have 2 times more chakra what he did in the canon at that age. Because of him, being becoming a demigod, his chakra kind of went a little bit upper. So yeah, and his chakra will go. His chakra become 2 times, bigger naturally without him training. With training, his chakra will went way up. And so Naruto starts doing, chakra control training. First, he tries wall walking. He can't do it at all. It takes him out, few weeks to master wall walking, because he's not in a rush like he's in the, original. So he's mastered wall walking. Then he will start to try water walking. Water walking, was Naruto can see, was much more harder than wall walking. It will take him about, still a week to do it, but it was much more harder, and Naruto was still doing his physical training as well. Now Naruto's strength is inhumane level, not just superhuman, but inhumanely superhuman, even higher than normal people. He is much more stronger, faster than anyone. And then after a month, Naruto keeps on doing, the chakra control training all the time. He realized that if he, does chakra control training all the time, his chakra will go out, and when it comes back after some time, it will be a little bit more bigger. So Naruto just does, mainly after doing physical training, he does chakra control training the whole day, and he gets tired, he sleeps, he wakes up, does the same cycle, training, chakra control training, chakra control training, chakra control. And Naruto decided to try something stupid. He tried doing wall climbing exercise with just his hands, without using anything, just using chakra to put in his hands to climb the wall, like how Spider-Man would, just like that. He tries that he can work quite easily. Then he tried to use water walking to pretty much do the same, but to climb up a waterfall, and it was much more harder. It took Naruto an entire month to do, but Naruto was able to do it. Unknowing to Naruto, this was actually improving his chakra control much more than anything. And so Naruto's chakra control went way up, almost at the level of Sakura naturally. But Naruto had to train it, because being the god of war does not just grant talent. He was a genius in the original, but he was a hard worker type of genius. He wasn't a natural genius, but a hard working type of genius, I would say. He was a genius still, but not as big of a genius as normal people would. And so then when about 6 months of him doing, Naruto is 5, and after 6 months, because after age of 6 he will join the academy. So now there's 6 months left for him to join the academy. Horizon would come in. Horizon would say, seems like you have mastered the chakra control exercise. Naruto would say, of course I have. Naruto would say this with pride in himself. Horizon would just laugh at him, and then Horizon would say, so you are training your body, your chakra, what about your mind? Naruto, like, what do you mean? You need to be smart as well, you can't just be a dumb Hokage. It's like, oh yeah, I need to study as well. And Naruto still doesn't like to study, but Naruto say, okay, I'll try, old man. Then Horizon will put another scroll on the table. Naruto say, what's that? Horizon say, it's taijutsu stance. Naruto will say, taijutsu stance? And Horizon will say, yeah. And say, okay. And so pretty much Naruto takes the scroll and practices the taijutsu stance for about 6 months. So his taijutsu has gotten way up, because Naruto didn't just practice the taijutsu stance, or the taijutsu thing that was in the scroll was not a genin level, it was a mid chunin level taijutsu that Horizon gave Naruto, because Horizon can see Naruto physically is a lot more stronger than normal kids, a lot more stronger. Horizon thinks maybe he can be kind of like Might Guy as well, someone who's pretty good with taijutsu, but he can also see that Naruto's chakra level is getting up there. Horizon, because every time Horizon goes there, he tries to sense his chakra levels, and he can see his chakra levels are similar to a full Uzumaki. Horizon would say it could be a little bit even higher than that. So yeah, Horizon quite interested in Naruto and his growth, because Naruto can be a great asset to the Leaf. And mainly Horizon is doing that so Naruto just doesn't start his, pranks again. He just, because Horizon kind of knows that if he doesn't have anything to do, he will start, pranking everyone. So it's his way of, saying, yeah, you can do that, just don't prank things or, destroy stuff. And so, Naruto gets 6 years old, Naruto goes to the academy. Now, when Naruto goes in, Naruto is the tallest in the class and also the biggest as well, because Naruto has muscle on his body. Because God of War, of course, he will have muscle because of this harsh training method. Because Naruto can heal faster, so he can build up muscle faster. But Naruto just didn't focus on building muscle. He mainly focused on building speed and his strength, because he doesn't just want to build up his speed or just his strength. He wants both of them, because he can kind of see if he can run really fast and punch someone and he does not have the strength, the punch will be weak. If I have strength and I don't have speed, someone is fast, then we can beat me. But if I have both of them, the speed will also make my punch harder. That's kind of what Naruto thinks. So yeah, it's kind of a true thinking. But and so Naruto trains all the time, and when Naruto goes to the academy when he's 6, Naruto is the tallest kid in the class and pretty much the muscular one as well. First when Aruka sees Naruto, he thinks, is he a taijutsu master or something? Because Naruto's body is fit for taijutsu users. And in the 6 months when Horizon told him about the study as well, Naruto has started to try his best to study as well. He sneaks into the library to read as much he can, so he knows quite a lot more about chakra than normal people of his class would. He knows about chakra natures already, but he doesn't know what his chakra nature is. But he knows that you can gain all 5 chakra natures, just like the third Hokage after doing extreme chakra control training. And since I did quite an extreme chakra control training, because Naruto start climbing waterfalls with his feet and just with his hands as well, because it's kind of easy to focus chakra in your hands, but it's hard to do it on your feet. But Naruto pretty much did with his hands and pulled himself up with his brute strength. So it was kind of double training for him. So yeah, he's pretty good with his chakra now. He has pretty good control over it. He has the same level of control as Sakura does in the original. But his control is hard earned control, not naturally born control, because of the sale kind of messes up with him. And since Kurama has decided not to mess with his chakra, so yeah, it's kind of easy for Naruto to master chakra control much early this time. And Naruto is pretty smart. I would say he's almost as smart as Sakura, because Naruto had 6 months to train his mind as well. And I'm pretty sure Kratos is quite smart as well, because Kratos can solve puzzles pretty fast and pretty well. So I would say the intelligence part comes with the God package. So Naruto pretty much trains his mind as well, learning different things. And so when Naruto goes to the academy, he starts learning the academy stuff. Naruto realized that he won't get any higher when just by learning academy stuff, because academy taijutsu itself is quite low, because the taijutsu Naruto learned was a mid chunin level one. So yeah, mid shonen level fighting styles and so forth. And so, but his raw strength itself is a high jonin level at such a young age because thanks to gaining superhuman strength and speed. And his durability is much more higher. His durability is even higher than a Senju's, and Senju's were known for having, higher durability. Thanks to him being a god, his durability is way up. So it's harder for Naruto to even get damaged. He only gets damaged while training harshly, too harshly, because Naruto does push-ups, sit-ups while picking up a boulder, huge one. Because Naruto wants to grow as strong as Kratos, but he doesn't want to be as big as Kratos. He wants to build up strength because Naruto has chakra and Kratos does not, so it kind of grants him an edge over Kratos. Kratos pretty much has to be that muscular to gain that much strength, but Naruto does not. Naruto wants to keep his figure lean but muscular. Similar to second God of War or first God of War, where God of War is not as that wide, but similar to the one that's in animation, the cartoon one that's the photo that's below the walls, not the other one, the walls one, beneath the walls. That kind of body he wants. He doesn't want the body of the God of War 4th Kratos. He just wants that body. Because if he has that body, his maneuverability will take quite a bit of a kick, let's just say. And Naruto is also training to be a lot more flexible because he's a ninja. Ninja has to be flexible. And so Naruto learns very little at the academy because academy stuff can't be taught to someone who has been sneaking into the library to read everything, because librarian kind of hates Naruto. So at morning when library opens, Naruto sneaks in and pretty much read things while also suppressing himself, suppressing his presence. He's pretty good at it because he's good at hunting as well, but a sensory ninja or a normal ninja itself can just tell Naruto is there, someone strong is there, because Naruto himself oozes strength. His chakra is also quite high, so yeah. Naruto has 3 times more chakra what he did in the original, currently at his current age. And so now for 3 years, Naruto... no, scratch that. First we had to do the first fight between Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke are standing in the ring. The fangirls are going for Sasuke. Some of the boys like Shikamaru and Choji are going for Naruto, especially Choji. Shikamaru is just too lazy to say anything, but he is with Naruto because they can see Naruto is much bigger than Sasuke, are also quite strong. Because everyone in the village has heard about Naruto is strong. Because every time someone tries to mess with him, Naruto punches them and they go flying. Especially if someone is a kid. But if he's bigger than Naruto's height, he just get pushed back pretty hard. They say he's quite physically strong, and some of them even if he gets hit, he doesn't react too much to it. It's like the person who is hitting him, his hand starts to hurt. His body is quite durable. And Hokage is kind of shocked, like maybe he's a taijutsu genius or something. But Hokage don't too much focus on it for now, because he wants to see what Naruto can do, and Hokage is watching Naruto by his crystal ball, because he only has heard about Naruto's speed and strength. He never saw it, because it happens at the night time in an alley where not every time Horizon watches Naruto, only very few occasions. And so when Sasuke said, "I've heard about your strength, let's see if there are rumors, only a rumor, or there's some truth to it." And so Ruka says start. Naruto runs towards Sasuke with blinding speeds, because Sasuke was thinking of running towards Naruto with blinding speeds, but Naruto completely flipped the table, and Naruto punched Sasuke in the stomach, and Sasuke went flying out of the the ring that was made white one, and Sasuke is unconscious now, and he's just lying there, completely unconscious. You know, uh, Aruka is shocked, Horizon is shocked, because the speed Naruto, showed was not that a Genin would know. Genin could have that kind of speed. And so then, girl starts to say, you cheated. Naruto just completely ignores them. And so when it comes to, written test, Aruka thinks that Naruto won't do that well. Sorry about that. Because, Naruto is strong, but Naruto does pretty well. He does as good as Sakura herself. I would say a little bit better than Sakura. And this shocked Aruka and Horizon because Horizon thinks he took my advice and Horizon is happy. So Naruto gets a chance to, graduate faster, and Naruto says, okay, but I will not be going to team. I will only train. Horizon says okay because Horizon can see that Naruto loves to train, and it will be a good idea to train such a strong asset for the leaf. And so Naruto graduates near about after spending a year in the academy, just like Itachi did, and this kind of pissed off Sasuke that so Sasuke starts to work even harder, train his physical body in this one pretty hard, as hard as he can. Because he's not a god, neither he has higher regeneration. He's just a normal shinobi, just has, better eyes than another. This kind of hatred towards Naruto will help Sasuke work on his Sharingan much faster. After he realized he lost, Sasuke was able to unlock his Sharingan because he kind of remember Itachi and all that stuff, and Sasuke would see himself in the mirror and he will see the Sharingan one time even. Sasuke would smirk to himself. Then, for the 3 years, Sasuke has been training hard. Sasuke is much taller than, he was in the original canon. He has, better control over his chakra because, Uchiha clan did have, scrolls over it. So yeah, and Sasuke is quite strong. Sasuke knows wall walking, but Sasuke does not know water walking yet. And Sasuke is the strongest now in the academy because Naruto left, and Sasuke still trains every day. He does not care about the fangirls anymore. He just runs off every time, the battle's over. He runs as fast as he can to, lose the fangirls. Then he goes to his home, starts to train. Because he wants to surpass him. That's what he thinks. But that kind of never happened because he's a god, and god and humans have a difference, naturally. And so QB kind of wanna, make a, contact with Naruto, but he's also scared because he can see Naruto is getting stronger so fast. If Naruto sees and he decides to control him, he won't talk to him until he's super strong and he will come and beat the shit out of him. But that's not how Naruto actually is. Naruto is still, Ashura's reincarnation, but he's also, striving for being a god of war. So he trains hard for, the 3 years. Horizon pretty much takes Naruto under his wing to train him, to better him, to show off even Horizon himself. His chakra control was almost as good as his own. Because, the training Naruto did, going up against a waterfall, climbing a tree or a wall just with his chakra in his hands, and doing all sort of stuff to improve his chakra control. And his physical strength has also gotten way up. Horizon says, make an arm wrestling match with me. Naruto notes, and Horizon and Naruto starts to do arm wrestling. They pretty much are in the middle of, center. Both of them can't overpower each other because Naruto is not going, all out because anger does increase his power, just like Kratos. Naruto gets angry and he starts to, overpower Horizon, and Horizon is shocked, like, what? Horizon starts to, use chakra to power up, and so Naruto uses chakra to power up. He basically wins the battle between, him and Horizon, and so Naruto says, "Whew, that was tiring," but Naruto did win the battle. And so Hiruzen is kind of shocked that Naruto's physical strength is greater than his own. He thinks he's not using chakra to increase it, it's his natural strength. He thinks of only 1%. He thinks, am I creating a new Tsunade? That's the only thing he thinks. Because Naruto is, insanely strong physically. But he then, Horizon tests his speed, and this happens the first day where Naruto, graduates the academy, after a month. Naruto didn't took a year to graduate. He only took a month because I thought, and that will be too much time. So his speed is quite high. His speed is a mid journey level speed. Horizon would nod, and Horizon would say, "Damn, this kid is strong." Then Horizon would start to, give Naruto scrolls to, train with. He will basically give him taijutsu scrolls and other stuff, and then Horizon will give him a kenjutsu scroll for swordsmanship. Naruto would learn it with quite, amusement because with his strength and sword, he will be unstoppable. He just need a better sword than what he has. Then he thinks maybe I can build one, that's similar to what something Kratos told me about. Because Naruto does not have any access to the weapons of God of War because those are from a completely different reality itself or dimension itself. And so Naruto trains in Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, Genjutsu. He pretty much meets Kuranai because Horizon says Kuranai that I want you to train someone in Genjutsu. Kuranai trains Naruto for about 5 to 6 months in Genjutsu. Naruto becomes pretty good at Genjutsu, but Naruto didn't have natural talent for Genjutsu, but he became quite good at it. But when Horizon decided to tell Naruto to do clone jutsu, Naruto can't do clone jutsu very well, so Horizon gives him shadow clone, and he's a master of shadow clone. So he starts using shadow clone for training because Horizon told the secret of shadow clone to Naruto. Naruto says, so why don't you use that to do your paperwork? Horizon just smashes that and says, you're right, Naruto, you're a genius. And then Horizon, shamefully goes to his office, creates Shadow Clone, and that's how Horizon finds out how to do, things with Shadow Clone. He knew of the secret, but he was just dumb, or he didn't thought of it. So Naruto is pretty good with, Genjutsu. Then Horizon, tells Naruto to see his chakra natures. Naruto sees, and he has wind chakra nature, lightning chakra nature, and what do you call fire chakra nature. No, scratch that. He's water chakra nature. I was gonna say, okay, you kind of gotten 2 things from your parents, and 1 from your own. Not to say which one. I was gonna say you got lightning or water from your parents. Then I have to say who are my parents? I say I don't know. Because Horizon realized that by mistake he told Naruto that he knew his parents. Naruto just looks at, Horizon with a blank face. And so, now 3 years has passed. Naruto has, trained with Asuma as well in his wind style. And he knows how to, do the wind, cover his chakra with element. And he has also trained with Kakashi with lightning style. So Kakashi knows about Naruto as well. And he is trained with Guy with Taijutsu. And while it comes to, his water style, Horizon has allowed Naruto to, gain the access to, the same way of the second because he thinks maybe he can do it because he has the chakra to do it. He pretty much has more chakra than any Jonin he has ever seen. So Naruto starts, learning about water style and everything. Naruto hasn't joined any team. So after that he's done with it. When other classmate of his passes the day that they are about to get team assigned, Naruto was going there because Naruto told Horizon that I want to be on their team. I don't want to be left alone. Horizon say, okay, you are already a high Jonin level in everything, but you're allowed to do as you please. Naruto would simply nod. Because Naruto is quite strong, being a demigod himself pretty much grants him superhuman strength, speed, regeneration, durability, and that also affected his chakra itself. So he is more chakra this time. And so Naruto pretty much used and he knows the secret of Shadow Clone. So yeah, he's quite strong for someone his age. So yeah, and I will be leaving this video right here. Like and subscribe. And this was kind of my 100 sub special or something. Bye.